Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003. Well, it's time for race 5 of the season. Robert Yates Racing, get this, Rudd Jarrett. Wow, perfect 4 for 4. I mean, they are just batting 1,000 right now. Already 4 trophies in 4 races. We've lost even more points, 256 back in 19th, and I mean, we're unfortunately digging our own grave here, but Ricky Rudd, with 2 Winston Cup wins, had a bad run at Rockingham, so he's mired back in 10th. But it's getting interesting here, guys. So we're going to Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to run the peel-out, reel-in forward. And, well, let's go to my hometown track. So he qualified on the pole, so maybe we'll have some good luck finally this season. Race 5, and we're somewhat starting to get back on track. But yeah, got the 99 car on the pole. It's going to be a good one. Let's go trackside.
Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas, and today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the Samsung Radio Shack 500. What's in store for these drivers today, Barney?
Texas is a very tough racetrack for these drivers to get the hang of. It's very fast, but it has a very tight groove. Some of these cars may add some paint to the walls here before the race is over.
What a great starting position for Jeff Burton.
Well, the extra time that team spent on qualifying this week makes all the difference. I think they should spend extra time every week. Maybe it would help improve their average starting spot.
Steve Park really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the points list.
And how frustrating that must be. You're working just as hard as everyone else, yet you just can't seem to finish well on race days to gain the valuable points you need. These guys need a good finish just to regain their confidence as a team.
Ron Hornaday hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Alrighty, folks, here we go. On the front row, the Bassmaster Citgo Ford Taurus alongside the Rusty Wallace #2 car. So it's going to be a lot of fun here, guys. We finally have a good piece. We got through qualifying. We're ahead of the field. That's a good thing. But can we stay there? I think statistically this is probably our best racetrack. The racing here, man, on Thunder 03 at Texas is incredible. The AI and the player, it's such a balanced feeling, so to speak, that it just provides great racing. This is generally one of my favorite races of the year because of how balanced the AI can be. So anyways, look at this, 3 wide off turn 2. We're full throttle. A little bit of contact there with the 29. Now Tony Stewart and Wallace are going to be duking it out for the first lap lead. Diving deep into 3 and 4 here. This is back at the old configuration before they turned it into like a Frankenstein track and ruined 1 and 2 and put that horrible PJ1 crap everywhere, which ruins the IndyCar racing here as well. This is back where the track should be, and if you watched the All-Star race in 2022, you probably would agree. So, Tony Stewart's out front here at Texas. I checked out the 5 car, Labonte. He's having a good run. Look at that, Kevin Harvick got really loose there, and the 5 car nose slams into the back bumper of the 29. Heavy contact there. I am shocked a caution did not come out. Heavy contact there, guys. Let's see, we're pretty much full throttle 1 and 2 almost. We had to lift just a little bit. Them fresh tires almost provided a full throttle corner there. The AI does slow up a little bit in the apex of the other end of the track, 3 and 4. But we need to get some points, man. We need to get up here and lead. And this is why I love this track. It feels like there's kind of a bubble between each car, so it makes it really tough to actually get a run and pass them. But it makes great competitive racing, though. I mean, this is, in my opinion, Texas on Thunder 03 is the best racing track, probably on the entire game, because of this. That the cars, they're just so equal. And it creates a huge challenge that's fun. but it's not too much that kind of, steers you away from actually wanting to attempt it. It's the right balance. Come on, we're just ever slow inching to the 2 car here, man. We haven't led a lap yet. So that's 5 bonus points still on the table we're having to get. We're going to have to find some way to shake this 2 car. I don't want to make any contact and damage our car, because these things are so aerodynamically sensitive, and it does play a role on the Thunder games. If you damage your nose, you will lose sometimes 1 to 2, maybe 3 miles per hour of straight line speed. So you have to keep your car nearly perfect if you want to have a great shot at winning. Come on, man. I mean, we're just snake training around here. We're pulling away from the pack. We are extremely fast right now. Oh, sorry, 2 car. Oh, my goodness, that was contact, but it worked. I tried to hold the bottom. He kind of came down. I kind of came up. That was just hard racing. Come on, 20 car. We got to catch him. The way these cars land in 1 and 2, I think there's a tunnel, or I know there's a tunnel in the apex, but it might be due to the elevation change. Regardless, this game actually has bumps that were realistic to the real racetracks back in 02. So if there's a bump on the racetrack when you hit it, that's characteristic to the real racetrack. And certain tracks have that. And I believe entering turn 1 here at Texas is a part of that. Like the way the cars step out, it's not because I'm turning late. It's just the way the apex transition is. And it makes some very interesting turn 1 exits. Come on, come on, come on. Gotta get that momentum. We backed up the corner. Keep them RPMs high. Don't get bogged down. Come on, come on, come on. We're setting them up, setting them up. Come on. Just a little bit of a contact there. A little bit of contact. Come on, come on, come on. Momentum on the bottom. Oh, crap. Car's getting a little tight. We have position here, but can we hold it? Side by side with Tony Stewart. There we go, there we go. And we should be able to take the lead and hopefully run away with it. But pit stops are going to be coming up very soon. And there we go, 5 bonus points. Good job, team. Let's go, let's go. So tire wear to me usually doesn't it usually doesn't rear its head here at Texas Motor Speedway. This is based off the 2002 Winston Cup season, so I want to say they repaved this track in either 2000 or 2001. They reconfigured it from the initial setup. That was kind of the theme back in the 2000s. Tracks would get repaved after, they built this one in, 96, 97, and for them to repave it 4 years later, I mean, that was a colossal project, how expensive that could be. But I would say if you look throughout the mid to late 2000s, it was well worth it. They did the same thing to Homestead. They changed it like 4 different times, it seemed. And eventually it led to the Homestead track we know and love nowadays. So even though it's insane, it seems, to build a racetrack, rip it up, when it's quote-unquote perfectly good in terms of integrity, you have to do what you have to do to create better racing. And I could not state enough how badly this track needs it in 2022. That they need to just rip it up, repave it, and fix 1 and 2 exactly how it was before. And I promise you, the fans will be so much more happier with it. The next-gen cars are incredible. They are not... The next-gen car, Gen 7, is not to blame for how bad the All-Star race was. You saw it in the truck race. You saw it in the Xfinity race. You see it in the open-wheel races here with IndyCar. You can't run the outside all the time because you have that PJ1 crap that is embedded in the racetrack. They used it so much. So you're stuck to a single groove bottom feeder racetrack. It's so stupid. If they would just repave the track, I promise you people would go from hating the Texas Motor Speedway and they'd be like, man, this is a great track again. If they would just bring it back to the original configuration, heck, I would even say you could add a couple of degrees of banking if you wanted to. Like, if you just really needed a marketing gimmick, just say, we're going to add 2 more degrees of banking. I don't think anyone would complain. It'll make the cars turn better, and it'll make the racing even faster. They tried to turn it into a Frankenstein track like Kentucky. And my point with all this, guys, I cannot remember the last time a successful racetrack reduced the banking. Think about that. Out of all the tracks on the Cup Series circuit as pit stops begin, when's the last time you heard a racetrack have a successful banking reduction? Think about it. Kansas, New Hampshire, Homestead, Las Vegas. They all added banking. I'm sure Charlotte Motor Speedway probably added banking multiple times. Think about Richmond when they changed the whole front straightaway. I'm sure Bristol added banking multiple times. My point is, you never see racetracks take away banking. And they're like, oh, let's see, we have a great racetrack. Let's just take away the banking. Well, put it this way. Kentucky's a phone call away from being a parking lot because of that racetrack. They completely ruined that place. And if they don't change Texas Motor Speedway, I would not be surprised it's off the schedule within 10 seasons. I would not be surprised one bit, especially with how successful COTA is. Texas was never a bad racetrack. It was only a bad racetrack after the 2017 reconfiguration. Believe me. They had some unbelievable IndyCar races here. Gen 4, even Gen 5 was fantastic here at Texas. We'll probably pit next time by. I'm just trying to make sure we have a good amount of laps led here. In case we have a caution and it takes us some time to get back up to the front. Because, I mean, we're running pretty well right now. I just really wish they would repave this track. I get it. They don't want to admit failure. But, I mean, truth be told, the fans would love it if they would just repave it, dude. Fix this track to back where it was. And I guarantee you, I am willing to guarantee you, Gen 7 would put on a fantastic show. I'm going to pit this time. Even the IndyCar fans would be raving about it. To have Old Texas Motor Speedway back, oh, dude, they'd be going nuts over it. So we're knock on wood here, guys. Hoping to God we can get a good pit stop. How y'all doing out there? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Alternate paint scheme for Jeff Gordon I seen right there. Car's just dominant right now. If we don't have any issues on the pit stop or any cautions or any monkey business, we should be in shape to win this race, hopefully, and maybe turn our season around. First 4 races have been pretty much a disappointment. Not so much Daytona, but especially Rockingham, Atlanta, and Vegas. And what's surprising is Ford has won all 4 of the races. And what's even more surprising is they've all been won by Robert Yates Racing. 2 for Jarrett, 2 for Ricky Rudd, and now the 2 car going to show us up here. And here's Matt Kenseth. I'm just going to lift and let him go. Look, it's a long race. It's 500 miles. Do what you got to do. I can pass him very easily later in the race. I don't want to have any contact. If we make any damage to that spoiler or the nose in this car, it's going to get tight, it's going to lose straight line speed, and we may not be able to win this race. Live to fight another day. There's Tony Stewart in the orange Pontiac Grand Prix, cresting onto the back straightaway here. This is probably the group for the race lead once everyone settles down. Matt Kenseth, a late bloomer here. Perhaps could he find a way to win here at Texas? That'd be a huge win for the D-Walk camp. Now, in this playthrough, guys, we have a custom schedule. It's loosely based off the real schedule. I take heavy inspiration for it. We ran the Daytona road course before they actually ran the Daytona road course. Like, we actually, kind of implemented that in the Cup Series schedule. We have different things in this playthrough, right? The year they had the Roval, which is 2018. Well, guess what? We added the Texas Roval. So there's different things like that. But one thing I always wished the early 2000s Thunder games had was 2 Texas race dates because of how good the racing is here. So, of course, we did that. We have 3 races at Talladega because why not? I love Talladega racing. So right now we're racing hard with Matt Kenseth. About 10 laps to go here at Texas. Whoa, thank you, buddy. Come on, not clear, not clear. Still there, still there, still there. Oh, man. I don't know how the leader is on the back straightaway. Either he hasn't pitted yet, or he took like 2 tires. Okay, now he's finally coming out. I was about to say he only took like a gallon of gas and left, because there's no way you're gonna have that amount of real estate when you weren't even in the top 5 to begin with. So now, who is out front? Is it Mark Martin? Who's out front? I want to know. No, it's Sterling Marlin. Well, has he pitted yet, though? If Sterling Marlin... Oh, crap. He nearly destroyed turn in 1 and 2 there. If Sterling Marlin has already pitted, he has got a immaculate lead here. And that tells me he probably pitted early, took advantage of the 4 fresh tires, and made some adjustments. But my goodness, talk about, what, a 30-car gap? I mean, Sterling Marlin might get Dodge in victory lane here, and might steal one from the Roush-Katir. And if Tony Stewart and Rusty Wallace keep racing, like, you know, racing each other hard here, there's no way they're going to catch him. This is interesting. This is really interesting. Now, I do believe we will catch the 40 car, but who's to say a caution doesn't brew with 2 to 3 to go, and time runs out and he wins? So, as far as I'm concerned, we have 3 different manufacturers in play: Pontiac, Ford, and Dodge, with some crafty veterans duking it out here. Because I can see the 40 car, so we're gaining on him. He pitted probably at the crack of dawn in terms of the pit window, and he is reeling in terms of tire wear. But, I mean, laps are logging here, guys. You never know. If he catches a caution, 2 to 3 to go, race is going to end under yellow. So, I mean, this guy, he can win it. Oh, no. Dang it. I'm so sorry, 2 car. I got a little bit off in the corner there, washed up, made just a slight bit of contact. And if you make any contact with the AI, they do that it's kind of a wiggle, so to speak. The car, it slides left and right, and they just choke the brake, and that's pretty much what happens there. It makes small contact look way more noticeable than what it would be perhaps in Thunder 04. All right, so here's the game plan. About 5 laps to go. Stewart, Burton, and Marlin. Who is going to win this Texas 500 and park it in victory lane? I mean, it's early in the season, don't get me wrong, but whoever wins this race and gets those extra points, it's going to pay dividends when we get to California in November to hoist the Winston Cup Championship for the season finale. I got to get around this 20 car really quickly here, though. If I don't, then it's going to be bad luck, Chuck. And the tires are starting to wear a little bit here, but you know that 40 car's fighting it right now. I mean, he's old tires, can't dive in the corner, can't get off the corner like he wants. He is hoping and praying for a big caution right now. I mean, this race is almost over here, guys. Tony Stewart is digging right now, yo. Not only do we have to pass Marlin, but we got to get around this 20 car. That's why I love this track, man. Honestly, I would be perfectly okay having 3 races here next season because of just how good the racing is. You know? I try not to, I try to keep the schedule realistic, but I mean, just imagine if you had the racing this good, where it's not a blowout, there's always competition, there's always hard racing, and it's just naturally fun to film. I really find it, I definitely could see 3 races here a season. I really do. Because every time we come here, it's always a fantastic finish. And check this out. Caution would end the race. Here we go. 3 cars. Throw them under a blanket. 2 to go. Who's going to win here in the Lone Star State? Tony Stewart looking to pounce here. Marlin goes down low to block. Tires are wearing here, guys. Who is going to give? To the bottom goes a 20 car. Can he make it work? Oh, this is setting up to be a good one, fellas. To the inside. Door handle to door handle. Marlin gives up the lead. Marlin's going to go down low to block. We're going to try to get underneath Sterling Marlin here, guys. Here we go. Oh, clipping the grass there. White flag in the air. One more time around from Texas. Come on, come on, come on. Can we catch this 20 car? That 20 car is pulling away. Man, is this going to be the race that got away here, guys? Come on, we have one more shot. Flat-foot it. Hope it sticks. Not going to be enough. Tony Stewart gets it done at Texas. Dang it, man. We caught the 40 car, but that Sly Fox got it done there. Hey, great points day, though. Great points day. I don't think any of the Yates cars were in the top 10. We'll have to check that one out, but what a finish at the end. I'm telling you, man, I'm really thinking about putting 3 race dates here next season because this track is just, every time we come here, the racing is so competitive. It is fantastic. Let's check it out. Let's unbox this one. So, Tony Stewart led 11 laps, a maximum points day opportunity. So if we would have found a way to get ahead of that 20 car, we could have held on for that. Hey, we led 9 laps. I'll take what I can get. We're pretty much going to almost tie in terms of points, thanks to the bonuses. But nonetheless, great runs right there. Sterling Marlin, I mean, he needed a caution. If he would have had 1 yellow, he'd be in victory lane spraying Coors Light. So, let's see where the Yates Cats are because they've won, the first 4 races this year. Ricky Rudd, not that good of a finish, 18th, but where's Dale Jarrett? Usually he's very stout at Texas Motor Speedway, and, oh, wow. Wow, a DNF, 4 laps in, and he's done. Oh, dang, that is not good. So, yeah, you win 2 of the first 4 races, but you have a DNF. Not good. So that's gonna equalize the championship right there. That's why I love this game, man. The parity. It's so much good. Gordon has an Admiral top 12 finish. I tell you what, man. What a good show there. We got another race here later in the season. It'll be the doubleheader. You'll have the road course at Texas, the Roval that is, and then you'll have the high banked oval race as well. What a great race there, man. This track, we need to come here again. We go to Vegas, we go to, Chicago, Kansas, X, Y, and Z. But this track always has the best racing. The AI is a perfect blend. The way they are, man, it's just so much fun. Love it, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. I really do appreciate all y'all watching. I upload these every Monday and Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for all you cats out there who use the promo code, just know you are freaking amazing. And if you want to save on shipping, you can check it out down below in the description. It helps you save on shipping for your diecast purchases over there at Circle B Diecast. But moving on here, the Winston Cup season rolls on. Race 6 will be coming up soon. That's going to be a lot of fun. Another great top 10 run by Kevin Harvick. Usually the 29 car in this game is hit or miss. That 29 car could be a Sly Fox for a couple race wins. And, besides the race winner, Terry Labonte getting a top 10, that's a miracle of its own just about. So that's pretty interesting. Have a great one, everybody. Diecastbuffet. Signing off.